Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. Today we are not treating climate change as an environmental issue alone. Rather, we are treating it as a human right issue, one that's already affecting lives, livelihood, dignity, and survival. I invite you to keep one question in your mind throughout the session. In this workshop, that what happened to human rights on this if the planet warms? So I just want to ask a question, but the question is so very much important that right now we are all facing the earthquakes, floods, heat waves, and what will be the impact of this in coming future. So for I want to share my slides with you before wasting any more time. I'm going to share my slides. Let's begin with our presentation. As you know, that climate change is not just about melting ice or hotter summers. It's already reshaping people, basic human rights here and now. Think of as threat multiplier. It intensify inequalities and puts the most vulnerable at risk first. So, modeling the impacts of climate change and linking it with the human rights is not an old thing. It already existed. Everyone knows that human rights includes the rights of life, health, water, food, housing, and clean environment. And these all disproportionately affecting vulnerable groups such as women, children, and elderly, and low-income communities as well. So we know that already what is happening, that heat waves threaten the right to life, floods destroy homes and schools, droughts undermine food and water security, air pollution damages public health, displacement disrupts dignity and culture. And addressing climate change is therefore not only an environmental issue, but a human right obligation requiring urgent coordinated actions. So, and an important truth is that those least responsible for emission face the greater harms. And the impacts are definitely heat stress, hunger, displacement, loss of livelihoods, and uh, inequalities. So, to understand what's happening, to understand that what is happening, um, and what we can still change, we are using En-ROADS, a global climate simulator developed by Climate Interactive and MIT Sloan. Let me share the screen of En-ROAD climate simulator to understand what we are discussing. Okay. So, En-ROAD does not model human rights directly. What it does model is the climate system, and that system sets the conditions under which human rights are either protected or violated. Let's begin with the En-ROADS, and here uh, you are viewing some scenarios like energy supply, transport, carbon dioxide removal, and then the building and industries growth, other sources of greenhouse gases. And here are the graphs. Now we will move towards the impacts, and we select the temperature change because we are facing the most common climate change, which everyone understands is the climate is the temperature change. And now here we select the what happens. Here we select the
mm, impacts of this temperature change on the extreme heat days, right? So, in this simulator, the facts are modulated on the basis of the uh, data provided by the UN, right? So, what it is in the baseline scenario, with the current global policies, the simulator projects that around 3.3 degrees Celsius warming by 20 at the end of the century, right? 2100. So let me explain it further. I'm going to view larger of this graph so you can well understand. Here is the degrees in Celsius and here is the timeline, that is 2000, then 2020, then 40, then 60, then 80, and then finally 2100. And here we are where we are not in 2020. Yes, we are in 2025, and in 2025 the temperature has been raised up to 1.4 degrees Celsius. And as the temperature rises, and that's why we are facing dramatic increase in the days above 35 degrees Celsius and 1.5 degree, because we're stepping towards 1.5 degrees, then heat waves increases moderately. And in many regions, extremely the hot days per year we are facing is more than the normal in the previous year. So if we never take any actions, then with gradual increase at the end of this century, we will touch the extreme figure and where the life is not possible. So the here we are, and now we will in this I will make its view, the view of this graph visible as well. Now, when we move towards here is the Lahore, and now the extreme heat days, if we uh, are at, let's wait, here is the ocean and here is the Lahore. Okay, fine. Now, oh yes, I will make it more visible. Okay. Now you can see the dark pink areas, and this area mentioned that excuse me, that area mentions that if we never take any action, then we will face 181 plus heat days. It means that almost if we divide it 4 to 5, rather it's 3 months, 90 days, and almost more than half a year we will face the extreme heat. So this is the climate change we are going to address. And you know, the cities are hotter, and as the we are discussing, the hotter baseline means once normal day become extreme. Cities often experience significantly higher temperature than the source in rural areas, and this phenomena is called the urban heat island (UHI effect). And under this UHI effect, you can know that because in cities we have concrete and bricks and steels, and that's why these all things absorbs heat during the day and releases it slowly at night, so making cities warmer even after the sunset as well. So now what happens next? What this extreme temperature results? Now let's we discuss another scenario, and that is the deaths from extreme heat. So when temperature climbs, and the uh, rising temperature affects elderly people, infants, and chronic the people with chronic illness and workers exposed to high heat. And this is the graph showing the extreme death rates in the region at the end of the century if we never take any action, right? And in Pakistan in 2022, heat wave killed hundreds, and in Canada, I think in the same year or a year later, 2021, heat domes caused, I think, more than 200 or rather 600, I think, more than 600 deaths. So heat became the direct cause of death, and hospital face overloaded, and by this climate situation, the basic right of the humans get disturbed. So now we will discuss another situation, and that is sea level rise. And when sea level rise, what happened? When sea level rises, then the mostly coastal areas loss, and more flooding and strong storm surges are there. So the the at coastal areas, mostly the poor peoples, or the, you can say, marginalized people are there, and the rising sea levels. And now we will see, we will uh, uh, here we write Karachi because we have Karachi and Gwadar. We will discuss Karachi. What is the situation of Karachi? So here is the Karachi, and now when we make the view larger, then we can easily view the area of Karachi. Okay, so this is the, yes, this is the area of Karachi. The land address, the blue area, the dark blue area you are viewing is the land at risk. And this is the Gharo and Mirpur, not Mirpur, but Keti Bandar. And these are the areas which are, this is the areas of Karachi which are under risk. This is the land under risk. So floods, during floods, these floods are due to the uh, melting of glaciers, and due to the Arctic and Greenland ice sheets melt, and results the sea level rise. And the result of this sea level rise is the saltwater contaminations in drinking water, and also the croplands become saline, and fisheries collapse, and most of all the indigenous coastal communities lost land. So this is also the impact of the temperature rise. So what we have to do to address these situations, we will definitely later discuss this in this workshop. And now we will discuss another major impact, and that is carbon dioxide emissions. We ever listen about carbon dioxide emissions, and now today we will discuss how these carbon dioxide emissions really impacting the situation. Now, carbon dioxide situation due to energy and industry. Right now, I am going to show you what happens. This is the dark line is the coal, and this is oil, and this is gas, and this is industrial processes. The carbon dioxide generated from the industrial processes, and this is the net bioenergy. Now here in this section, we will select the total okay, global sources of the primary energy. Now you can see visibly that what's happening, that burning coal, oil and natural gases for electricity generates emissions, and coal is the most carbon intensive fuel. Now here in this baseline scenarios, if we phase out coal, then what's happened? Then temperature drops. If we phase out oil, then further temperature drops. If we move towards, as far as we are discussing industry, if we increase the efficiency of energy efficiency of the energy, then definite industry, then the temperature once again falls, and then if we further uh, uh, electrify, uh, yes, transport, then if we take the proper actions, and then we work on some nature-based solutions, and then we work on waste, then we ultimately get the positive results, and the temperature get drop. But if we never take any action, any right action, then at the end of the century, we will face disasters. And these disasters are in the shape of the loss of human life, right? So the sectors like cement, steel, chemical manufacturing, they release in their manufacturing process a lot of emissions, and carbon dioxide emitted during chemical reaction, not just by fuel burning. So this is the one scenario we are discussing, and then another problem that we will face due to the carbon dioxide emission is the health problem, and it is the uh, air pollution, right? So this is the air pollution by energy, that the air is get polluted by the coal power plants and oil and diesel transport, industrial emissions, right? And also from biomass burning. Biomass burning is also an issue of air pollution. So we already, excuse me, we are increasing the renewable energy so that we can address this problem, and we're reducing coal, and we are again working on energy efficiency. We are stepping towards a nature-based solution and agriculture emissions, and we are also working on waste. So by doing all these things, we are limiting the temperature, but not at the desired level, because as we discussed that at 2.3 degrees Celsius, the conditions are not very good. So if we are right now, if we are not addressing the climate change problem, actually we are hurting the basic human rights of the people. So you know that the bad air and at PM 2.5 causes premature deaths from heart diseases, stroke, lungs, cancer, and respiratory illness. So right to the health is definitely affected by this upcoming climate change. Not upcoming, but we are suffering as well. So as polluted air affects pregnant women, children, older persons, and people with existing illness. So what we have to do right now, I'm going to close this discussion. I'm closing my uh, uh, this uh, en-road simulator uh, here, because I would like to invite our guest, Mr. Hemant. He's with us from Nepal, and now we will discuss with him that how his views and his what he think about the climate change, and how it is directly related with the human rights.
Yes, Namaste from Nepal. So proud to share here the views. Especially, I have green campaign that it was started from 2 decades. I plant trees, different varieties of trees. This time today is especially Human Rights Day. So globally, we have started one mission. Greenpeace movement means Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 6 principles are there, and we have started 6 trees in one community in different countries. not only in Nepal. Globally, we have started. This mission was run by URI professor from America, Dr. Paul Bandy Mosqueta. He is the role model and guideline, my mentor of this green mission. And I have my brother from India, Dr. Levan, and he's supporting me. He's giving me the ideas about this non-violence movement. In South Africa, I have Marina Price, my sister. She's also with me. She's planting at South Africa. Like that, Farida Nep, she's in Philippines. She also in our non-violence movement. Even in Pakistan, there is my friend Rafiq Ahmad. He is also a green campaigner from Pakistan. He is also planting non-violence tree there. So we have we make one global platform for non-violence movement. Just in my Nepal, I have Greenpeace Foundation Nepal. That project especially plant the trees. Our mission is to how to plant the trees, and not only planting. With planting, we must now. It will be very good if we follow some that one lines of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King six principles. Non-violence green movement we have named it. Just like we plant six trees by different name: courage tree, beloved community tree, problem solving tree, and then suffering for the cause tree, and agape love tree, and justice tree. In this way, six tree, according to Martin Luther King non-violence movement six principle, we have made six trees. Just like courage tree means there the people they will plant the trees, and especially we focus on the backward societies people, bandit groups, those the different peoples who are in backward societies. They haven't got that different types of opportunities for them. We suggest them to plant trees for courage, to raise their voice in the society. If they plant a tree there by communities, not only alone they will plant tree, they will plant trees by their one community. And the bandit groups, backward societies group, ethnic group especially, they will plant that trees and they will give that tree's name courage tree. Means the people they must have courage to raise their voice in the society. And second one is beloved community tree. Means we must love each other. Community means alone there is not any community. Society means for society different people they stay there, and they must have intimacy relationship. So that with green movement with non-violence also. So if we love each other, if we have good relationship in the society, means we will never quarrel, we will never fight. So non-violence will be there. So our second motto is beloved community tree. Two trees we plant in same community. One is courage tree, another is beloved community tree, and third one is problem solving tree. Third tree, in that community we plant six trees. Third one is beloved community tree, and fourth one is suffering for the cause tree. Suffering for the cause tree. In every society there is suffering, there is problem. Without problem, if we go to any societies, if we visit there in very far from the village areas, the people they are suffering from many problems. If we visit there will be tears on our eyes by looking their suffering, poverty, illiteracy, and many problems. So if we plant the trees, suffering for the cause tree, we will solve the causes that the problem of the societies, and we will raise the voice there. Just like we will make the group of the non-violence movement group also. Those people who plant the trees, they have one group also. From the group, they will share their views, they will share their ideas, and authority also they will go to, just like water chair person, either they will go to mayor, and they will raise their voice by the help of planting trees. And fifth one is agape tree. Agape means love, love tree. Just like we must have good relationship between each other, and we must love each other, and there must be that one intimacy relationship. Then only we can share our views, our feeling, our problems. So agape tree. And last one is justice tree. In our society, many people, they are suffering from various problems, not only that family problem. So socially also they are backward, they are facing different problem. For them, justice tree will support them. That group will give source the what is the problem, group problem, that family problem, that person problem, and they will solve inside the society. So in this way, non-violence movement, non-violence planting tree movement, we have raised our that one voice, not only in Nepal, in the world. Many friends from the world, they join in our campaign, and they are planting 6 tree in different countries. And that 6 tree, they are planting inside the community, backward society, and they are giving different name, just like courage tree, beloved community tree, problem solving tree, suffering for the cause tree, agape tree, justice tree. And they make the group also. They must know about non-violence movement of Martin Luther King. So there is the voice there. The society must be not in conflict. Nowadays, a great problem is that in different societies they fight, they quarrel, and they did not. The dignity is not there. They did not respect each other. They are facing this type of problem. Morally, spiritually, they are backward. So for them, this non-violence movement will play a great role. This is in practice. We are in practicing in different countries, and we found these communities, neither this green movement is taking little bit good in the society. And so human rights day we are celebrating. So why I will not share the theme of non-violence movement? So I choose this topic here for green movement. And human right means we have right for living also. If the environment is clean, if the that one, then only we will survive very nicely. So respect the nature. Nature is God. Always I say nature is God, because nature provides us everything and freely, without any money. We did not pay any money for breathing. We did not pay any money for water. We did not pay any money for soil or planting trees freely. Even if we plant the trees, we get fruits freely. So our movement, non-violence movement, is for human rights also, because human, they are facing different problem in the society. Especially our society is backward society. People are facing a lot of problem. For solving the problem, we have raised the voice of 6 non-violence trees. So in this way, our movement, it is in starting time, 3 years it became, I think, 3 years it became. We are in more than 15 countries. 15 countries, different friends, they're planting trees. So we want to raise more and more, and try to, in 5 years, try to that one plant these trees in more than 50 countries. So non-violence movement is going on, and we always raise the voice of that one green movement, and planting trees is our mottos. So in this way, just I would share my views about this non-violence green movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Hemant. Thank you for showing us the right pathway for protecting the climate change and the human rights, or linking these two ambitious scenarios all together. So I would like to invite Dr. Ghazala Khan to share her views. She is the CEO of Next Generation Leaders and the chairperson of UPWA KPK. Up to you, Dr. Ghazala. Unmute your
Mike, please.
Hello, a very good evening. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it's really great discussion going on human rights and its uh, mm, climate change and its linkage with the human rights. Um, I would like to talk more about like how we can link the climate change here with the human rights, and especially what are the impacts of of gender-based violence due to this climate change. If we see that climate change directly threatens the fundamental human rights, including the right to life and health, and the right to food and water, even the right to housing and security, and right to dignity and freedom from violence. When floods, droughts, heat waves, and displacements occur, people don't just lose lands and livelihood, but they lose the protection, safety, and access to the justice, which is like why women and girls are disproportionately affected by that. So in our region, especially, women and girls face structural inequalities that amplify climate impact, like limited mobility and decision making power, unequal access to resources and technology. Last in the last webinar, I also discussed it. Like the same, I'm repeating a little bit of that caregiving responsibility during crisis and cultural barriers, which are the hindrance for the reporting of violence. But here is a visible link between climate change and the gender-based violence. Across the region, evidence shows that after floods and displacement, gender-based violence occur mm, uh, more rigorously, and the cases rise. Overcrowded shelters increase risks for women and girls in case of especially for their safety and security. So loss of livelihood, increase household stress and violence. Even women collecting water or fuel face harassment and assaults, and girls are pulled out of schools or married early as a coping strategy. So these are human rights violation happening in the um, plain sight. And I suggest that climate justice must include protection from the violence. Like climate justice cannot focus only on infrastructure and adaptation, but it must include safety, dignity, protection, and access to the justice. Women cannot adapt or build resilience if they are unsafe. And right based climate responses means placing women and girls at the center, not the margins. So we need to change. And what I suggest that we must move from silence to the system. We already have a lot of policies, and we need to work on that. And I think we need a little bit inclusion in that. Like we should integrate gender-based violence prevention in the climate and disaster policies, ensures gender responsiveness in climate budgeting, and and definitely humanitarian disaster responses, like safe shelters, lightning, privacy, and reporting mechanism. And therefore, we need a trained responders on gender-based violence in emergencies. So, justice and accountability is must, because it will assure that what we are doing and what we are getting and what we can do. So, confidential reporting system must be implemented. Legal and psychosocial support even during displacement. Uh, and I would also suggest that community and leadership is very important. Like women-led adaptations, community awareness to challenge harmful norms. And I would like to congratulate you for taking this initiative. Definitely, these series of webinars and seminars will help us to find more like-minded people and come together on the policy strategies, and definitely moving toward the strategies. So um, my I would like to conclude it like climate change is not only about the environment, it's about who is protected and who is left behind. So human rights cannot be climate resilient if women and girls remain unsafe. So protecting women from violence is not separate from climate action, it is climate action. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ghazala. Definitely. we have to address the local impacts of climate change, and by doing so, definitely the effect will be the global in future. And we women's also faced disasters every day. And when the climate is not good, then definitely the impact of disaster increased. So I would like to invite Professor Rahil Bhatt Sahab. He is also with us. Sir, kindly please share your views, how you can address, what's your opinion about this human rights and climate change linkage. Professor Rahil Sahab.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. I would like that you will discuss with us the institutional structure or government, how governments and institutions.
So first, sorry, I can't hear you. Please, can you repeat your question?
I am asking that I would like to listen from you that how educational institutes and governments can favor to address these two scenarios, that climate change and human rights.
There's some signal problems going on at my end, and because I can't hear you.
Just share your views.
Okay. So thank you very much, Mr. For a wonderful gathering. Although the previous speakers have already highlighted the different aspects of climate and climate change. So I'm just talking about the civic responsibility of people who've been here or across the world, that from all over the world, where we are moving, where we are heading towards, for our business point of view or for our educational point of view, we must cater some civic engagements with the society. And civic engagement is not only spoon feeding, or you can say talking about the poverty, or you can talking about the clean and sanitation water and the life on land or life behind the water. We must focus on the environmental aspects as well. Environment, as you know, we are here in Lahore, and today the AQI of Lahore is approximately 267, which is one of the very highest peak. And this would be probably the second or third country city in the world who's been polluted because of the smoke and something like that. So it's a collective, you can say, responsibility. If you're talking about environment from a student level or from the academia level or from industry level, we should not, you can say, knock the door of every person from the society, across the society, and talk about that you are focusing on smoke. Don't spread these smoke deficiencies in the environment. But we must be responsible by our own self. So I must say that our core responsibility is the utmost requirement nowadays within our cities. I'm not talking about only Lahore in Pakistan. I'm talking about the other cities. And my neighbor country, although we have got a lot more smoke hazards from India's side, it is the global issue. So we need to cater our global issues by focusing on that. This would be a part of every, you can say, project line, because I belongs to the academia side and I taught different subjects. And what I need to do is that in my all different subjects, either they are related to entrepreneurship, either they are related to operations management or the production management, I'm primarily focus would be on that they must work on environment. And the core thing is to at least they grow some plants in the vicinity where they are belongs to. And this would be probably my humble suggestion from all of you speaker, although your all the dignified speakers have already talked about different aspects of the environment. But as a civic sense, or a civic, you can say, responsibility, being a responsible citizen, we must take this responsibility by our own self. Then we can blame on our government, and then the other way around. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Raisa. So once again, I would like to share my screen with you so that we can discuss the actions, what actions we should have to take to address this problem. So again, all respectable speaker mentioned that the climate change is the problem which is directly affecting the human rights. So what we have to do, how we can address this change. So definitely we have learned a lot of things, and from past few years and past few decades, and especially from 2024, we are facing the extreme heat waves, and we are facing the flooding, extreme floods. So what we have to do? We have to reduce over temperature from 3.3 degrees Celsius is the prediction that at the end of this century, if we never take any action, the temperature will rise up to this level, and at this level, the life is not possible. So, what possible precautions or what possible actions we must have to take? So, we are going to discuss short, you can say, actions, short plans, which we can, which we can, which we could take. So this the here is the global source of primary energy, and here is the from impacts. Here is the carbon dioxide, greenhouse gas emissions. So greenhouse gas emission is the greatest problem we are facing right now. So we will set the our board, and now these are the basic scenarios. So what if we phase out coal? What if we phase out oil? What if we phase out natural gases? And what if we take increase over energy efficiency? And what if we install renewable all over the roofs? And what if we electrify over buildings and industry? And we increase our energy efficiency, and we increase our transport energy efficiency means that we converted towards electric vehicles, but we're going. And when we add some nature-based solutions, like we start organic things, organic farming, and organic, you can say we just start walking. We reduce the daily use of electronics in our daily life, and then we move towards the technologies, but still the scenario is 2.5 degrees Celsius. So what in actual we have to do? We have to focus on waste, and we have to reduce our agriculture emission. And along with this, the most important thing is the carbon price, or new zero carbon, and carbon price. So by taking all these actions, we can reduce, we can limit, rather not reduce, we can limit over rising temperature, and we can address all these issues. With this, I'm going to stop my share. And once again, I would like to invite Sir Amir Shabir Saab. He's with us. Sir, kindly please share your views with us. Sir Amir, kindly unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me right now?
Yes, sir, we are hearing you.
Okay, thank you very much, Iram, for inviting me. I must say that human rights and climate change go hand in hand. If we disturb climate, the human rights, come in the forefront, and the governments get responsible for not protecting the citizens, maybe in the healthcare, life expectancy, food, water, housing, and everything. The climate is responsible for each and everything. If we protect, if we, respect climate, we can do wonders for our fellow beings. So, in simple words, I was a registrar at IBA. I had started writing a book on creating sustainable cities, and I had included all the basic elements. So I did an experiment on IBA that there are 4,000 students and about 450 faculty members and about 400 administrative people. So I considered that as a small district, and then I thought, first of all, I must carry out an energy audit. Out of energy audit, we came to know that we were burning fossil fuel, by using generators, we were burning fuel. And our cost was increasing. And then I thought we must reduce the cost. So I invited solar energy people to come and carry out a feasibility. So in short, I installed 1 megawatt of solar energy, and by doing so, our expenses were reduced. And the same people, all energy audit people, told me that if you plant a lot of trees, what will happen is that carbon footprint is going to be decreasing day by day, and it actually happened. So we planted 4,000 fruit trees. Then what about water? So I carried out a survey. We were informed that there's a lot of bacteria. So then I installed autochlorination plants. So, and then I provided medical facilities and all that. In short, the main core or the core issue was to provide a better livelihood to the people who are in that compound. And then we started moving outwards towards the city, and we carried out similar activities to a great extent. So, why climate is impacting us? It could be in the heat waves, floods, urban flooding was happening. We have in our country a total population of 241 million. And out of that 241 million, 20% population is hungry, is suffering from malnutrition. And because of that malnutrition and other factors, there are rampant diseases. And out of the whole population, which is 241 million, the children, especially 40% children are stunted below the age of 5. So, the climate has to be protected. We have 7,200 glaciers, more or less, and let's say Baltro and other glaciers. So if climate is impacting Pakistan, Pakistan is really suffering a lot. One of the worst hit countries in the world is Pakistan. So once the glaciers are going to be melting in a very fast pace, initially we will have a lot of floods, and later on we'll face droughts. So these correspond, good way or the bad way. So if the changing if you go and talk about food, I talked about malnutrition. The changing rainfall pattern reduces crop yields, causing food insecurity for masses, especially in vulnerable countries like Pakistan. So glacial melt, I talked about droughts are going to happen, vice versa, contaminations. We are drinking, the contaminated water is just getting mixed because of poor impact of providing safe water. It's violating core human rights. 80% of the diseases come in the form of come from water source. If we are not drinking good water, clean water, let's say I had planted autochlorination plants. So there was a mechanism, there was a check and balance. So, as a government or as the people working together, creating more synergy, we are protecting the health of the people. So, for example, malaria, dengue, respiratory issues because of the smog and the that's been created because of the human negligence. So, I think, let's say, in few countries in the world, in next 10 years or maybe 20 years, they will face a problem because glaciers are they are melting fast, so the sea levels are going to rise. Once that happens, a country like Maldives, it will have an impact. Maybe it will vanish because it's just a few meters above sea level. So the countries may face problems like that. So the farmers, fishermen, laborers, they would lose income due to the climate impact. It's a very good topic that you have, chosen. But last not the least, what we are doing right now, um, I had thought, the government is responsible, but I don't blame the government. It's us, all of us. It's our collective responsibility to become donors. So that's why myself and Iram are working together. We're now right now providing 30,000 seeds per month to the people, and that's too free of cost to the people who deserve it and who do not have resources but would like to have better, clean, green, and serene environment around them, so that the factor of the malnutrition is going to dislocate it, and people get access to good food and better nutrition. So this is my opinion that we should provide green cover to this planet as much as possible and reduce the impact of the greenhouse gases. I think there could be many more examples, but then time is less. So this is my idea about it.
Thank you, Sir Amir. Thanks a lot, because it's very true that we are going to model the climate system which empower or which protects the human rights as well. Now, Miss Aisha Mahmood Bhatt, CEO of Certify and Ambassador of We Do, is with us. Aisha, kindly please unmute your mic and share your opinion to, about this.
Thank you very much, Iram. It's a great initiative, and I think this is the need of the time also. Unfortunately, we are not aware of what kind of losses we are going to face in future, just because we are not a careful nation. I agree with Dr. Amir. What he said, this is not the responsibility of the government. This is the responsibility of the people of Pakistan also, and the people who are on this planet. We are not careful at all. We are not careful at all. We are spreading this pollution, and we are using products. We are using materials that are causing damage to this planet. We are not only talking about Pakistan. We are talking about this planet where we all are living, and we should behave like sensible human beings. And we should take initiatives. We should create awareness campaigns. We should develop platforms. We need to engage people who understand this, that our future um, depends on how sensibly we are going to behave. Our coming generations, definitely they will blame us. Like right now, we are unable to communicate. We are unable to commute because of the smog and things like that. We did not plant trees, and they are not ordinary people. They are influential people, political people. They are involved in cutting these trees, and they did not sensibly developed policies that what will happen when these trees will not be on this earth. So we have seen the consequences, whatever happened during last few months, that was a disaster, and we need to prepare for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aisha. Now we can say that human rights are threatened by the rising temperature, and we definitely have to address this. And the higher warming, the greater loss, more displacement. In every year, we faced it, and we are facing it right now. And with this note that no more delays, and at region we have to uh, join our hands together, and with multiple you can say efforts, and with the like-minded people, we can address this issue, and we will successful in shaping, or you can say the reshaping the world.